Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to go over exactly what happened after the events of The Lost World Jurassic Park. Due to the nature of the 1997 film's ending, Lost World happens to be one of the most important points in the timeline for the entire Jurassic World series. That's not to say that other films haven't come along and made equally big impacts on the lore, but the second Jurassic film is without a doubt one of the most significant moments in this franchise's universe. Many new elements to the first film's backstory were revealed, and the new movie even managed to set up a world where man was aware of the existence of genetically engineered dinosaurs. This is a video that I've wanted to make for a long time now, mainly because I think the time in between the second and third films in the series is among the most interesting to investigate. Getting the public's reaction to a T-Rex storming through California would be pretty surreal if it was to happen in our real world. So let's talk about what went down. This is the truth about what happened after The Lost World. After the events of the Santiago incident, the entire planet was changed. Dr. Ian Malcolm, a man whom had previously been scrutinized and lied about by the InGen Corporation, was now undoubtedly vindicated. The Chaoticians' warnings of the company having recreated living dinosaurs could not be ignored. Photographic evidence and eyewitness accounts, as well as an incredibly high death toll, were the proven result of Peter Ludlow's failed attempt at reviving Jurassic Park. After this tragic event, Dr. John Hammond was able to take back control of his company, and his first order of business within the genetics group was to reach out for the preservation and isolation of his island. The old man would take part in a legendary televised event where he would tell the world the truth about the existence of Site B and the importance of preventing any more interactions between man and dinosaur. This would ultimately result in the ethical negligence within Paleogenetic Resurrection Bill being passed, more popularly known as the Gene Guard Act. This bill was created to extend the existing dinosaur species that InGen had cloned the same rights and protections as other endangered animals. The life of a corporately cloned Tyrannosaurus rex was now equal to that of a naturally born gorilla, although there are of course far fewer rexes in this world than there are of those endangered primates. Another component of the Gene Guard Act was the restriction of Isla Sorna. This prohibited access to the island in an effort to prevent poaching and further human casualties. The final and possibly most important law in the bill was the ban on further cloning of prehistoric plants and animals. This was known as possibly the most strict and ethical regulation to the entire Gene Guard Act. Unfortunately for the animals, John Hammond would sadly pass away shortly after the events of The Lost World, but not before selling InGen to Simon Masrani, who was a longtime family friend. And while Simon Masrani may have had his heart in the right place, others at the genetics company most certainly did not. In 1999, a select few members of the company's board were involved in a top-secret operation that took place on Site B. This project was filed under early R&D for Jurassic Park's second incarnation, which involved the cryptic amalgam testing. Now eventually, this would be proven to be the further cloning of extinct animals and extensive testing on said animals after the first 100 days of which InGen ownership had switched hands. A total of 4 new species were bred and experimented on during this time. 2 of these animals, Ankylosaurus and Corythosaurus, were creatures that InGen already had an extensive level of genetic engineering done on before the fall of Jurassic Park. The work that was further needed to actually replicate them wasn't very extensive. However, the other 2 species, both Ceratosaurus and Spinosaurus, were totally new animals that were completely absent from InGen's public list of cloned dinosaurs. This was a clear breach of the Gene Guard Act, however very little would be known about InGen's illegal genetic work for many years. Incubation was achieved covertly, and every member involved conveniently had their names removed from the available records. Essentially, new species were created by the company for a new iteration of Jurassic Park, and everyone involved got away with it unpunished. Apart from the genetics company's further nefarious work, public perception and interest in the cloned dinosaurs would inevitably increase. Because of this, Dr. Ian Malcolm and Dr. Alan Grant would both write books about their experiences with these prehistoric creatures, creating even more intrigue into what was happening on Isla Sorna. Eventually, the public's curiosity would get the best of them, and some renegade entrepreneurs would take advantage of this exciting new venture. One specific man by the name of Enrique Cardozo would captain an illegal parasailing operation titled Dinosaur, and the events that would follow this man's fateful trip to Site B were accurately depicted in Jurassic Park 3. All of the information that was gathered for this video can be found in the viral marketing website titled the Dinosaur Protection Group, which will be linked down below. Further information came from the 3 sequels that ended up following The Lost World. In my personal opinion, the second Jurassic Park movie is one of the most interesting chapters in the entire saga. It's just got so much going for it that builds on what we knew from Jurassic Park, and while it's true they did have to retcon quite a few things like Site B's existence, it still ranks as one of my favorite sequels and personal favorite movies of all time. But what do all of you guys think? Are you a fan of everything in the lore that was expanded upon in The Lost World? And what do you think about the second film as a whole? Whatever your opinions may be, I'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I want to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that you guys tell me that you appreciate what I do so much, and I seriously am extremely thankful for everything that you guys do to help. Honestly, it means the world. Now I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and hope that you all enjoy today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I would appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.